Okay, you do it.
Okay, it's just an idea. So like, hello and welcome to the pilot episode of our podcast, which I think we're going to call Dumpling and Sauerkraut because I am Sauerkraut.
I'm not really dumpling.
Well,
Dumpling is not my thing.
I'm not really Sauerkraut either, but I thought it would be a cute name for our podcast because we are a married couple who live in Munich, Germany. I am German, born and raised, and my husband is Taiwanese, born and raised.
Yeah, then we should have a Taiwanese name. You mean maybe like 水饺 and Sauerkraut.
No, but I already explained this to you before.
I know. But see, you get to use sauerkraut. I don't get to use
Oh, you don't.
Taiwanese.
Oh, you don't like it that I get to use the real word and you don't.
Not really, but authenticity.
Authenticity is what he wants to say.
Yeah, that word.
All right. So, anyways, welcome to the first episode, pilot episode of our little podcast with the name to be decided, I guess.
To be decided.
Also, you better get used to him talking in his weird porno voice the whole time.
No, this is my radio voice.
No, people don't want to hear your radio voice.
My radio voice.
Okay, so now for the pilot episode, what we do for the pilot episode, just talk about why we do the podcast.
Why not?
Okay, why are you so unnatural while we're recording this?
I'm not.
See, this is the natural you, not the like, hello. I am the sexy voice.
I like that sexy tone.
No, but it doesn't make sense because that's not you.
I mean, that can be me. It can be a lot of things.
I already hate it. If you don't listen to ours, like, I understand. I'm just gonna do my own thing. Come on, just be normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am normal.
Okay, anyways, let's move on because this is the pilot episode anyway. So we're going to listen back to this later and I'm going to cringe so hard. I already know it. But so just start with you. Why do you want to do the podcast? Why did you think it would be a nice thing? Like, why were you like, hey, sure, let's do the podcast when I suggested it?
I think it's fun. And at the moment, I don't have anything else to do.
So you heard it here first. The only reason my husband wants to do the podcast is because he thinks it might be fun and he has nothing better to do.
No, I think it's super fun. I enjoy doing it. I love to share my story with my loved ones in the air.
So I'm assuming none of you are watching this on YouTube, but actually are listening to this somewhere else. So you don't see my disappointment, the disappointment in my face.
Is it recording?
Yes, it's recording. Anyway, so I guess this is gonna be my podcast now. No, I mean,
no, our podcast, not just yours.
Why would I want to do it? Why do I want to do the podcast?
I don't know. Ask yourself. I mean, I've told you what I want to do. I love my voice.
I already know this podcast is gonna like turn into like our divorce story.
No, it's not going to. I mean, so first I started my podcast because, I love to tell people what I've been doing and my stuff and so on. And I have to code them one by one. I think that's a little bit too much work. So if anyone wants to hear what I've been doing, what I'm up to, then I can just send them a link saying, hey, this is what I've been doing. Listen up.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what he's been doing. He's doing his like own little podcast, just himself in our bedroom, recording what he's been up to since he moved to Germany to marry me. And then we just decided, hey, why not do it in addition to his podcast? Because his podcast is in Chinese. We said, let's do one in English so we can both participate and kind of like, I don't know, like
have fun.
Exactly, have fun. And I thought like it would be a cool idea to do together because something I realized recently is
You love to talk?
First of all, I love to talk, definitely. But this is not something I
About
realized
yourself.
recently. This is something I already knew ages ago. No, but I realized like I don't have any real hobbies. Like, for example, like I feel like I live for work, and the only thing I can talk to about with people or like my friends is like, oh, this is what happened at work. This is why I got upset at work. This is why I really like work at the moment. And I was like, and the other hobbies I have, like cooking and video games, aren't really something.
So we have another channel that's all about cooking.
Yeah, that's gonna come later. But like that is something that I can't really talk about with people a lot. So I thought like, hey, let's do a hobby that combines something, or like that is about something that I really enjoy. And two things I really enjoy in life is spending time with you. And the other thing is talking.
Yeah, sounds very interesting, isn't it?
I know I already said this before, but I'm pretty sure this is going to turn into our divorce story. Like, through every episode of this podcast, you're just going to hear us hate each other a little bit more. And it just eats away at us until one of us decides, like, this is it. I'm leaving.
No, so dear audience, yeah, listen now. Dear listeners, you are witnessing our growing.
Our growing of what?
Of we being stronger and a more lovely couple.
Or just us getting divorced?
No, that won't happen.
So you might already be able...
my dead body.
You might already be able to tell that we have to work on the whole, like, interrupting each other while the other one is talking.
I mean, why? No, it sounds kind of
fun. Okay, now we talked about why we want to do the podcast, and we already established that we're married, and I think people heard that we're two guys, so I'm assuming they understood we're gay, and we live in Munich. How about you tell a little bit more about yourself? Just give like a 30-second, yes, you, just like a 30-second like roundabout of your life.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Taiwanese boy. Yes. And in 2015, I met this guy. And then some years later, I decided that I want to marry him. Hence, I'm in Munich.
So I'm excited that your life only really started once you met me. But
yeah. So, okay. I study film as a movie, like everyone knows, right? And then I studied for 4 years. Yeah, and I went to Hong Kong for exchange students program. And then I finished my military service, which is mandatory if you're a man in Taiwan. Yeah. And then I did 2-year working holiday in Germany, so I can spend more time with my back then future husband. And then then we get married. What do you want of me?
So I just would have liked a general summary of, I don't know, like who, like, okay, like let me do it, like see like what I was thinking. I'm not saying yours was bad. I'm just telling you what I was thinking. Okay. And the thing is like, so my name, maybe we should have also mentioned our names, by the way.
Oh.
Like that is just something I realized just now. So the super gay dude who's talking the whole time.
I'm not super gay. Am I?
That's Ben, my husband, and
Hi.
I'm Matthias.
Hi.
And I guess I don't know why he just said hi twice, but I guess my story, so to speak. So I was born and raised in Germany. In high school, I went to Canada for 2 years. Then I went back home to Germany, did my university degree, majored in Chinese studies in my bachelor's, and then like economics, Chinese in my master's. And during my master's degree, I got a scholarship to go to Taiwan for 6 months. And I did. And that's where I met Ben. And then we kind of fell in love, even though at least from my side, it was very unplanned. Like my idea was a little bit more like, hey, I'm just gonna like have fun. And then once I leave Taiwan, it's gonna be over. But that's not really what happened, because I fell a little bit more for that dude than I was expecting. And then I came back to Germany, started working. That was 4 years ago, and he
Tagged along.
Yeah, no, you didn't tag along. You just like you followed. You also came to Germany, even though you've never been before, right?
No, yeah, never.
And then first you stayed
How
for 3
cool.
months. Then you came for working holiday for 1 year.
Mhm.
Then you came for another year to be an au pair for my sister.
Mhm.
So no, my sister does not need someone to look after her, but her kids. And when we knew that the au
I
pair
think people
time,
know what au pair is.
no, like honestly, like a lot of people, when I told them like, oh, like he's an au pair for my sister, they were like, oh, your sister's that young? Anyways, and then after when the au pair thing was about to end, then
So,
we kind of had the discussion of like, okay, where are we gonna go next? And then, yeah, the rest is history. Then like pretty much almost a year later after we had that discussion, I think, pretty much a year later, we got married.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Because I think you proposed at the end of October 2000, what? 19. Yeah.
So also like because like discussion and proposal, this is kind of a fun fact about us. We first had a very
That can be another episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be another episode. Okay, it's gonna be another episode. I'm gonna take this back. It's gonna be another episode where we talk a little bit more in depth about.
Yeah, you're still talking about
history.
yourself. Like, where are you from? Like, where in Germany? Germany is so big.
Well, we are in Munich. I already mentioned that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're born in.
Okay, but did you mention anything about that in your introduction?
我住旧庄。I'm from Nangang, a district in Taipei City.
I don't know why he thinks everything he says is hilarious, even though he's just saying where he's from.
I don't know. I just think I'm very hilarious.
Okay, well, I'm from Germany, as we already said. The town I was born and raised in is called Coburg. Relatively small town, 40,000 people in the very north of Bavaria.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about in general at our podcast? Like, what can people expect from the next couple episodes?
Like our relationship.
For example, are we going to talk about
like
relationship?
our stories, and then some cultural difference between Taiwan and Germany in male's point of view or gay's point of view.
I don't even know if a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about is really going to be from a gay point of view. I think it's just going to be like, we happen to be gay.
I mean, like every time I walk in on the street, if anyone shouts at me, I always assume they're homophobic. Or racist.
Even though when you walk alone on the street?
Yeah.
Do you think you look that gay?
You say I do.
Okay. He always makes me sound like a horrible person. I promise I'm a very good husband.
Yes, he is.
But
today what he did, like when we were in the car, and then because our car is frozen in ice, so the man had to scrub those ice out. Hot.
I also like how he makes the story sound a lot more exciting than it actually was. There was a little bit of snow on the car, and I had to brush the snow off the car.
See, that's something we don't have in Taiwan. That's a cultural difference.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to kind of talk about our relationship, what it's like to be gay to a certain degree, what it's like to be an international couple with very different cultural backgrounds. And just in general, then once we kind of went through all of that, just things we care about, we think about.
What's funny, or what our interests are, what our hobbies, or
what came up.
How
we're spending our days. I'm sure, like, judging by how 2020 was, that 2021 is going to give us plenty of stuff to talk about. And I hope everyone's gonna come along for the ride and
stay healthy.
Give us a shot. Yes, stay healthy. I'm more talking about like coming along for the ride in the sense of like listening to the podcast.
Okay.
I'm not wishing everyone a happy new year and a healthy 2021.
Yeah, of course. That's important, you know.
No, I said I'm not.
See? He said he's a good husband.
Because this is not what this podcast is about.
See, I always wish for all the best for my listeners.
Okay. Is that how you start every podcast? And like, I hope everyone is well and healthy. Thank you very much.
Well, I do wish them Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas. I mean, why not?
I always feel like I'm in this podcast, I'm like making like a very good point about something, and then you jump in and are like,
no.
Funny thing, I just said that.
No. Das stimmt gar nicht.
It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And also stay tuned to find out what the actual name is gonna be.
Exactly.
Because
important.
So far, the only thing that's happening is I'm making suggestions and then I'm being shut down.
Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes things just comes to you. You don't go to things.
Who said that? Confucius?
Me.
Anyways, so yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe if you can subscribe on wherever you're listening to this. Leave some comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And if you like it, then I hope we will see, hear, whatever you next time.
Yeah, if you like it, please like and share, subscribe, and turn on the notification.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Oder auf Wiedersehen. Du sagst mal auf Wiedersehen.
I'm not Heidi Klum. I'm not going to say auf Wiedersehen.
Then I say auf Wiedersehen.
And I say 再见.